France against Kenya. France performed so well last week. Continuing in similar vein here at Twickenham. First game of the day, of course, they drew with Scotland and then thrashed Portugal 45-14. Kenya 22-17 over Portugal. And then lost to Scotland. Scotland in inspired form here in the British Isles. Richard Kelly, busy day for him. So Collins Injera, the man on 230 tries. Equal with Santiago Gomez-Cora. Scores again here. Well, who knows, he may sign the camera lens again as he did a few years ago.
Incredible individual achievement, but it's done because of the attitude and the culture around rugby and success in this Kenyan team.
One of those players, he plays well, Kenya play well. And they've embedded themselves back in the top 8 now. Kenya, a couple of rocky years. There's always trouble back home with contracts and availability of players and their play. But now with Benjamin Ayumba back in control, they've embedded themselves, as I say, into that top 8 and playing some good rugby. Up against this man, Vakatawa, who's the talk of the Six Nations, wasn't he? And he was the talk of Paris last weekend.
Absolutely, he's such a performer for France. He's also talismanic, like Injera. He's got Fijian heritage and carries the ball incredibly well. Kenya being very physical in the tackle here. France wanting to get away from exactly that kind of game.
Release!
Now physicality's winning the penalty here. Injera looks inside. Off the noggin.
Run it wide.
McCarty was the man to receive the ball. We'll go for the initial knock-on.
Yeah, William Barker, Humphrey Kayanga and Monde in that front row. Very, very good performance from them in the Singapore leg of the Sevens this year. A win. Kenyan sides coming up trumps for the very first time. The celebration was something to behold. It was a wonderful afternoon of tremendous skill. Up against it twice and came back against the big boys. They'll want to do their bit and more right here against France.
Tackle!
He was beat Fiji, did he? Thumped Fiji, 30 points to 7, and then interesting to see how they went in Paris last weekend off the back of that win. Got to the plate semi-final. Here come France. So Lacafia will go all the way. Nice score from Pierre-Gilles Lacafia.
Yeah, that's a lovely bit of running from the big man. It was a lovely pass out wide as well, just searching for the space. We spoke about how the French team have spread it. Look at the dummy and shift, but then the ball into space. And Lacafia doesn't even need the help of that man, Virimi Vakatawa, who's just outside him. He goes inside as an option, but Lacafia certainly doesn't need it. He's around and between the uprights. That's an early score for France, a 7-0 lead.
Uretier is playing a sort of Thierry Bourrat role, that in the middle, the playmaker, and allowing these big runners outside and just to run off him.
It was a lovely dummy inside from Retier, and this pass out to Lacafia, very important. They want to use that. France have gone for a sneaky kick, but has it gone far enough? I don't think so. Well, now it has. It's worked out.
Off the leg, mate.
Worked out very well for France, but they've given possession back.
And here come Kenya, right at the guts of France.
Onside.
Well, the action in Gonzo and Gira moves it away from the contact area. No width at all here for Kenya, but they don't need it. Gange
Front of the ball
crossing.
Created obstruction, number 1 red.
Thought the big man was away.
The crowd not enjoying that at all. They love the Kenyan side. They love the spirit and the fun that they show when they're having the game. This is the crossing. I'm not sure that it wasn't just Lakafia making a bit of a meal of that. Oscar Yodi, no doubt, he did run an obstructive line, but for me, you have to be absolutely preventing the tackle itself. You know, it's France attacking here. Lucky to get away with that one, but Kenya going to have to come back from it regardless.
And we're occurring again. And France will be scoring again. Stevie Barry. From the mistake from Kenya. And they just look a seat down there, Kenya, at the moment. And France, who we know the emotion that they play with, seem to be up for this one again here in London.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely little gap taken. And Barry just waits on the outside, and it was a lovely pass from Claire. He waited on giving it. And when he did, it was just a run in for Barry. He's had more difficult 5-pointers in his life, and he gave away a very easy conversion too.
It's 14-0. 14 for France, isn't it? France in control here, 1.5 minutes left, and they'll get the line out as well. It's 2 or 3 really silly mistakes from Kenya. And then now they're back at the level, as we were talking about, performing really well. These are the kind of mistakes you just don't expect to see from this Kenyan side.
Yeah, exactly that. To be honest, from William Mbaka, he could have just stayed and put his foot out. They would have got a tap ball on the centre spot. Instead, France on the attack again.
Yeah, it's 29th tournament here, William Mbaka.
Here's Mazou.
Ploughing his way towards the line. Retier, lovely angle, straight through the middle. Aikadi. Retier again. France stretching, scoring. Damien Claire. France score that 3rd try that they talk about in sevens, get 3 tries ahead. And there's really only been one team in this tie so far, and that has been the red, white and blue.
Certainly had the rub of the green as well, the French. Mazou left twice, thought that he'd moved the ball on. Nice clean out, there's the shift. And then the stab and reach.
Just feints across the front of the post, but it's France well and truly, comfortably sat their feet up in the driving seat in this game. Now how the game of sevens can change though. France seems to be trying to kick that ball so it roll out into touch. William Mbaka gets it right this time. Gets the return ball.
Kenya will want to create a score for themselves there. Oh my goodness. It's mistake after mistake, and that'll be the half-time.
Collins in Jira. Perhaps he's thinking about it, isn't he? Perhaps it's in the back of the mind. Shouldn't be. Team game, and has to play as a team. France have the lead. Half-time over Kenya, 19 points. Half-time team talks then. Being fluent in French, Bob, perhaps you can translate this one for us.
Some of the language being used. Johnny, I'm going to plead the 5th on this one. Thank you very much.
même si c'était pas le projet, vous avez raison, parce que vous êtes à 3 ou 4, ils sont étalés, vous êtes à 3 ou 4 à avancer, c'est très bon. Malgré tout, on reste sur nos consignes, c'est plutôt essayer de les déplacer. Et tout ce que vous faites au ruck, c'est bien, parce que...
N'arrêtez pas, on continue. On continue. On se resserre, le ballon est vite. On se resserre sur les passes.
C'est parti. Les gars, c'est le plus important maintenant. Hein.
Vakatawa continues to have such an influence on this French side. He was on a different rugby planet last weekend. Kenya just need to get on a similar planet to France here. Here's Vakatawa, ball in that right hand. He can offload anyway. He will not need to because the step's gone in. Injera won't catch Vakatawa.
Good.
And Vakatawa, he's so skillful, he scores a try and even manages to avoid the cameraman as well.
Well, that's an incredible start for France to the second half. After such a good performance in the first. Look at that, just snaffled out of the sky. The width that they use immediately just frees up Vakatawa. He's done an inside and out, and nobody can stay with him. Oliech was stepped, and Injera was chasing, but didn't have enough. And France are leading Kenya by 24-0.
It doesn't matter, it's 15s or 7s, Swap. You score either side of half-time, it's so important. Kenya, confidence team, aren't they? Wanted to try and get back into this game. You can see Collins Injera chasing Vakatawa down. But France have struck early in the second half, and you feel 24-0. Unless Kenya can do something pretty much from now, that's the game done and dusted.
Well, nothing has gone Kenya's way, and here's another example.
Now here we go, France at a canter now. Retier. Everything is going the way of the Frenchman here in London. Really 3 tries for that man.
Well, it really is an incredible performance by France. You're up against it because Kenya have had all the running, all the ability for a long time. And the French side having absolutely none of it today. They are all over their opposition.
Yeah, 5th try already for France.
And watch out, it's a good tackle, but the ball just sits up perfectly. The French team just relax off it. They know that they've got a shoe in into the corner.
5, sub.
And Retier has made 2 of the tries and scored 1 himself.
Right. Number 5.
That draw to start the day, France, wasn't it? 14 all over Scotland.
We good to go?
Quite right, Bob.
Thank you. Time on.
Can't draw over someone, can you? You can physically with a pencil or a biro, but not in the game of rugby. Pleasure working with you again, Bob, really. 14-all was the score between France and Scotland earlier on today. And France with that win, and this is a comprehensive one, isn't it? They're not giving out the ghost here.
Oh, can he get it?
Injera. It's the halfway line. There's something very special from there if he can get it. Better width from Kenya now. And they're going to go through the middle. Amunde and the captain Does what the captain should do. Big fend in the face as well for Millie.
Yeah, it was a lovely bit of running from Andrew Amonde there. We saw Njera going up the left wing, and they spread the ball from a very well-managed ruck. This was the breakout. A couple of offloads, all going two-hand, which is something that didn't happen once for them in the first half, did it? There's Njera. He's gone, and you can see there's 3 French players there. That's why there was a gap opening up. And Andrew Amonde.
And the extras as well. 29-7, 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes left. Just get that restart. It's France now. And their programme is beginning to build, isn't it? Best result, 3rd in Cape Town. 5 changes in this squad from the Paris event.
Entry.
3rd in Paris as well.
Come back around through the gate.
Very good from Mizzou winning that on the ground. Retier just calming everyone down.
Kenya just not being themselves in this game.
Got a line out. Yeah,
The game pretty much lost at half-time with just the first half littered with mistakes, and France were gifted this victory, really. The final game of this first day of the London Sevens. We're into tomorrow with some confidence, France. Humphrey,
Let's go.
Kenge. 67th World Series event here. He and his brother, the family, who is so proud of what they've achieved for Kenyan rugby. Being the superstars, haven't they?
Entry.
France coming into the site. Theo Millet. They're playing advantage for Kenya here.
Number
With a
1.
15 advantage.
Entry.
Cheers.
Yep, where you are.
R. Kelly.
Yep.
Talented fella. Kenya. Ringo. We're trying to turn that ball over. Referee's having a really good look.
Well, it's squirted out. It's gone to an important man here in the day.
Talking about turn that ball over, and Njera flicks it back inside. Kenge. I wonder if this game is going to finish on a great note for a great man. Ayodi. Njera, it's opened up for him. Typical Njera gives the pass. In fact, it's his brother who goes, and there, his brother to Collins Njera, and there it is. The man who has scored more tries on the World Series than anyone else. A special moment for his family. A special moment for a very special man indeed. 231 tries. What a servant to Kenyan rugby. What a servant to the game of sevens. Mum and Dad are here, have enjoyed that moment, and they run up and give Mum and Dad a hug.
Oh, that's a proper moment. Fantastic for him to have his parents here. His dad an immunologist and his mum a farmer, all the way from Kenya to support their boy, and the big star name players come up to congratulate him as well. A difficult result for them to swallow, but what a wonderful outcome for Collins Njera.
And sometimes a moment for an